Peace and bright blessings, guys. It's your Queen of Spades coming at you. Today we're going to um, do another reading, but before I forget, I want to welcome and thank all of my new subscribers, as well as welcoming back all my rider subscribers from day one. Thank you for being a major part of this journey. And thank you guys for commenting and chiming in and giving your opinions on the different readings, even people who aren't subscribed. Thank you for commenting and liking the video, my videos, and as long as it's done respectfully, we can agree to disagree. Thank you for your comments anyway. And I welcome back all of my day ones, and I welcome all of my latest subscribers as well. I hope that you enjoy my content. If you have any ideas or requests for any other celebrity readings that you would like to suggest, please feel free to. If you make a suggestion for a reading, though, I would like for you to have at least 10 questions that you would like for me to ask in that reading. If I have any, then I'll add two. But if you're requesting a reading, I would like for you to have at least 10 questions. And it'll be anywhere between 1 and 2 weeks before your request is uploaded, because 9 times out of 10, with my schedule, I already probably have videos ready to go. And so yeah, and I do them in kind of like a certain order, but also that gives me time to actually, tap into the energy of the person that you're requesting a reading on, and figure out, if I want to add in any questions to the ones that you're already having about that person as well. Thank you to all of my subscribers who have suggested and requested royal requests for different readings, and they came, with their 10 questions, no problems, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and showed up and showed out, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing when I see all this participation, and my royals reach out to me and tell me that they enjoyed my readings, or my storytelling, or even my overviews. Thank you all who are supportive. If you possibly need a personal reading, all of my information is in the description box on YouTube. If you watch the video on YouTube. If you watch it on Instagram or Facebook, then you'll have to go to YouTube to see my information in the description box. Yeah, so yeah, and if you guys would like to donate, then I've also left my Cashapp, my Zelle information. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask concerning any personal work you need done, or readings, like I said, then I've also left my email address, Joharislair at yahoo.com, and I've also left a text only number. So yeah, guys, definitely get with me, and let's see how we can, help you in the departments and areas that you need the most help. All right. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to this reading, which will be on Kim Porter today. I have a lot of questions concerning her death. Alrighty. Oh, excuse me. The first question is a tarot question. Okay. What was Kim Porter's overall energy as an individual? What was her overall energy? Oh, yeah, I could see that. Thank you, Spirit. Two more, please. Mm, one more, please, Spirit. Mm, okay, thank you, Spirit. First card that popped out was the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Next card that popped out, the Chariot. Okay. Then the Star. Yep. And the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. On the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups. Okay. So that was her overall energy. She was a queen by right. The way that she conducted business, her business, the way that she carried herself, she was definitely racing towards, and she was well known already, but she was working on, being that ideal star model. Um, she had a lot of star quality about her, and I didn't really know much about her, just a little here and there from different reports and interviews and things of that nature. Um, but she seemed very nice, very kind, her spirit. Um, but she was about her business, and yeah, she was about securing her children, legacy wealth. Um, yeah, and she was mama bear to where her children were concerned too. She wanted them to have the best. Um, she wanted them to benefit greatly in their lifetime, in this lifetime. She also wanted to be a great example for her children, especially her girls. Okay, so at some point, excuse me, at some point along the way, she met AlBSure. So yeah, so I'd like to know what her overall energy was when she was with AlBSure. Give me a three-card pull, please, Spirit. Okay. Ooh. Mm-mm. Okay. Wow. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So the first card that popped out was the King of Wands. All right. The next card that popped out was the Nine of Cups. Then the Eight of Pentacles. Then the Ace of Cups. Yeah, injustice at the bottom of the deck. Um, yeah, he was a ladies' man. And he had intelligence and attraction. Um, he knew what he wanted in his life. He knew what he wanted to become business wise, career wise with his music. Um, yeah, she loved his stance and his position as far as like what he know he wanted to do with his life and where he was trying to go. Um, Nine of Cups. He was something like a wish fulfillment for her. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, she was very secure and he was very secure at the time that they met. Um, yeah, Ace of Cups. Yeah, they were heavily into each other. Um, yeah, they were heavily into each other. Um, yeah. And, I think they meshed really well. And then also the fact that they had a son together. I think his name is Quincy. They had a son together. But I'm curious to know how the son ended up being raised by Puffy. And, well, I guess, with her going into the relationship with Puffy, she's got her child, and naturally the child is going to be with mom for the most part. So it makes sense. But, like, I don't remember ever really seeing much of AlBSure. But then again, I was really young, really, really young, seeing AlBSure, where and in connection and in relation to Kim Porter. Um, but they definitely had some very magnetic and passionate energy between the two of them. I wonder if AlBSure is a water sign, or maybe even Kim Porter. I didn't look up their birthdays. Okay, next is a pendulum question. Did Kim Porter love AlBSure? That's a yes. Did AlBSure love Kim Porter? That's a yes too. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to know that. Um, okay, next is a tarot question. What was the energy behind AlBSure and Kim Porter's breakup? What was the energy behind AlBSure and Kim Porter's breakup? Mm, why though? Okay, thank you, Spirit. So the first card that popped up was the Death card. So it definitely was a very blunt ending, straight cut. Um, the Ace of Pentacles popped up next, which means that he was in pursuit of his coins. He was in pursuit of his coins and furthering his career. Um, while Kim did see him and them as um, a possible wish fulfillment. It came it came as kind of like something like she wished on, she hoped he could be her wish fulfillment. But I'm getting at the time he was not ready to settle down and focus on her and their relationship. He was focused on the ace. He was focused on the Ace of Pentacles and securing that bag, which ultimately would have secured her and their child as well. And I'm getting that there was some distance between them. They weren't able to spend a lot of time together. And so, also as a result, she needed more stability for her and, their child. She needed someone that was going to be in the home, was going to be around to, be father figure to. Okay, so now that makes sense um, as to why he just kind of stepped back and let her, take her son with her into the new relationship. And yeah, he was there for his child, but he was primarily focused on, um, getting that bag, you know, securing them coins, which is nothing wrong with that. If the two parents can come to an agreement and work out that, who has the child or the children win, and so that both of them can get, a chance to do their thing and earn their money and be successful on their own terms, without having to give up anything, um, to be totally present, just one person, for the child. It works out if they both split the responsibility and work with each other. That way, they can both come up. And yeah, with the Two of Cups popping out lastly, and there's the Magician on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, she really wanted this to work, but it wasn't working because he was primarily focused on his career, and she wanted him to be. She didn't want to stop him or take away from that. Um, but she definitely needed stability and, a male figure, over her son, as often as possible. So, yeah, they remained in touch. They remained, close, um, first in intimacy, but then, as friends as time went by. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Okay. It's a pendulum question, and I think I already pretty much answered this, but I'll ask it again. So, did AlBSure and Kim Porter remain friends and continue to keep in touch after their breakup? And that's a yes. Okay. Did Kim Porter confide in AlBSure about abuse and other things going on between her and Puffy when they got together? That's a yes. Um, did Puffy at some point begin to stalk and watch AlBSure's house? That's a yes. Psycho. Um, When AlBSure stated that Kim was murdered and they were going to come after him next, did he believe that statement to be true? That's a yes. Mm. Was Puffy directly responsible for AlBSure being in a coma in the hospital for 2 months? Oh, that's a yes. Wow. Was AlBSure poisoned? Wow. That's a yes. Wow. Was baneful magic done on AlBSure? Ooh, that's a yes too. Wow. Did Puffy have someone to do this to AlBSure? That's a yes too. Wow. Did he do this to AlBSure because AlBSure was told by Kim Porter about the tell-all book she was getting ready to put out about Puffy? Oh, yeah. That's a yes, y'all. Wow. Okay, next is a tarot. Okay, how does AlBSure's son, Quincy, feel about Puffy? How does AlBSure's son, Quincy, authentically feel? Mm, okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the Five of Cups popped up first, then the Ten of Pentacles, then the Star, then the King of Wands. Yeah, he definitely respects Puffy as a provider. He definitely sees him as a shining star, as a hero. And with King of Wands energy, I'm sure he notices all the different women. Um, wonder if he's noticed other things too. But he actually has positive thoughts and energy towards him. Yeah. He knows who his real father is, but with Puffy being his stepfather, um, he respects him as such and is thankful to him for what he provides for him and his siblings' lives. And I'm sure also the different opportunities Puffy may provide for each of them as well, with them, being his children. I think that maybe in some points of his life, he may have, based on the Five of Cups, been even a little sad or even regretful for the way that his parents' relationship turned out. Um, and maybe even regretful and sad over the loss of his mother. Um, it is really sad when you think about it. Like, you know, it's crazy. Um, okay. Do any of the children, um, do any of Kim Porter's children suspect that their mother was murdered? Wow. Who suspects this? Quincy? That was a yes. Okay. Wow. The twin girls? Okay, they don't suspect it. What about Kim Porter's other son by Puffy? He suspects too. Wow. Okay. Wow. Ooh. Is Puffy a narcissist? His energy feels like he very well could be. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Okay. What was Kim Porter's overall energy after her and Puffy got together? Oh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Mm, thank you, Spirit. You know, none of the cards of happiness came out with Puffy, that came out with AlBSure. Mm, wow. So the first card that popped out, the Hermit, the Five of Swords, the Emperor, the Devil. She stayed as a hermit for the most part in this relationship. She stayed to herself a lot because there was a lot of fighting, arguing, aggression, hostility, um, with the Five of Swords from this person ruling as an emperor, which would be Puffy. And she got to see um, the imbalances within him, not just like normal everyday stuff that can be fixed or repaired if that person really wants to fix or repair things within themselves, like unnatural stuff. That's why the devil popped out. Unnatural stuff she saw him involved in. And that's why she was going to write that tell all book. Wow. He treated her like crap. Oh, but he will answer for that. He definitely will. That's crazy. Okay. Did Kim Porter love Puffy? That's a yes. Did Puffy love Kim Porter? That's a no. All of that hooping and hollering and crying he did when she passed away, and it was all lies. That's crazy. That's crazy. Um, did Kim Porter and Puffy break up the first time around due to Puffy cheating on her? So that's a yes. Was Puffy abusive to Kim Porter? Oh, sorry, y'all. That's a very strong yes. Okay. Wow. Just never know. Was Kim Porter in fear of Puffy? Okay. She wasn't fearful of him. Did Puffy ever threaten Kim Porter's life when they were alone together? hmm That's a yes. She felt he would never go through with the promises or the threats because he hadn't already. And one thing I learned is whether someone goes through with something or not, believe exactly what they're saying to you when they threaten your life, because it's not a joke and it's not something that they just thought of off the top of their head. That's how they really feel. And you need to move accordingly. Um, it's horrible. Okay. Excuse me. So at some point, Kim Porter and Puffy broke up, and Kim Porter started dating a guy named Shakir Stewart. What was Kim Porter's overall energy with Shakir Stewart? Spirit, please give me a 3-card pull. No? Okay. No? All right. Okay. Any others? That all? Okay. Is that all? All right. Thank you, Spirit. First card that popped up was the Hierophant. The Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. The Lovers. The Ace of Cups. And the Two of Cups. Okay. She vibed with everybody else in a very peaceful, collective, let's get rich together type of energy. Everybody except Puffy. Yeah. She was in Hierophant energy with Shakir. She was learning a lot from him where the industry was concerned. Um, yeah, he definitely had a lot of money, a lot of pentacles. Um, and she did feel secure with him. She could have direct communication with him, and they could talk and converse openly with one another. And yeah, they just had that type of relationship where they could converse and communicate openly with one another about thoughts, ideas, goals. The lovers, they were definitely intimate in an intimate relationship. Um, yeah, they were dating. Um, he gave her Ace of Cups energy. Yeah. And she saw them together as Two of Cups energy. Um, yeah, he just provided a balance that she did not receive from Puffy. Provided her a balance of emotional support and communication, um, also financial security, as well as partnership. And those are pretty much the main things that every woman wants, for real, to be honest. So, yeah, he provided that for her. So her energy was very positive and very high vibrational when she was with Shakir. Okay. Did Kim Porter love Shakir Stewart? That's a yes. Did Shakir Stewart love Kim Porter? Okay, that's a yes also. Um, okay. Did Puffy have a jealous rage when Kim and Shakir were together? Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. That's a yes. Did he arrive at the scene where um, Kim Porter and Shakira Stewart were being overly um, aggressive towards them, telling them that he didn't agree with their relationship while trying to provoke a fight with Shakir? Just over the top for no reason. That's a yes. Did Puffy and Shakir actually fight? That's a yes. Wow. Um, did Kim Porter's nose get broken in the process of Puffy and Shakir fighting? That's a yes. Wow. Was that intentional on Puffy's part? It just feels like something a narc would do. Yes, that's a yes. That's crazy. And something would have been broken on him too. Um, were any charges pressed against Puffy after this incident? That's a no. Did Kim and Shakir continue to see each other after that incident? Okay, that's a yes. Was Puffy jealous of Shakir? That's a yes. Was Puffy envious of Shakir? That's a yes. Was did Shakir have dealings with BMF? That's a yes. Okay. Did Shakir commit suicide? I knew it. That's a no, guys. Mm, 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 mm. Was Shakir murdered? That's a yes. Mm, 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 mm. Wow. Was Puffy directly responsible for Shakir's murder? Wow. Was Puffy the one to pull the trigger? Mm, that's a yes. Did he attempt to make it look like a suicide? Mm, 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 mm. Wow. That's a yes. So, Shakira Stewart was reported as acting sporadic right before he supposedly committed suicide. Was something strategically put into his food or drink right before his death? Okay, that's a no. Was baneful magic done on Shakir Stewart beforehand, before this incident? That's a strong yes. Head domination work? Wow. That's why he was acting sporadic. So, did Puffy do magic on Shakir? No. Did he hire a priest or a priestess to do this magic on Shakir? Yes. Does he still work with this priest or priestess to this day? Mm, that's a yes. Is it a priestess? That's a yes. So it is a woman who he has hired on to that he hired to do magic on this man, baneful magic, and probably uses her to attract women. Does he use the woman to do magic to attract women to him? That's a yes. It gotta be because at this point, I really don't. I mean, I've never really seen anything attractive about Puffy per se. It's crazy. Let's see. Was Shakir Stewart fearful of Puffy? That's a yes. Did Shakir feel beforehand that Puffy would try to obliterate him? That's a yes. Wow. Shakir Stewart. Was Puffy directly responsible for Shakir Stewart's murder? That's a yes. And a strong, steady yes at that. That's crazy. Um, okay. Was Kim Porter poisoned right before her death? Hmm. She had reported to a couple of people that she felt that she had been poisoned, and that's a yes. Is Puffy directly responsible for poisoning Kim Porter? Hmm. That's a no. So, did he hire someone to do this to her? That's a yes. Okay. Whew. Wow. Was baneful magic done to Kim right before her death? Mm. That's a yes. So, was Kim in fact murdered? Kim Porter. Yeah, that's a yes. Was Puffy directly responsible for Kim Porter's murder? Hmm. That's yes. Did he actually, was he the actual one who murdered Kim Porter? So that's a no. So was it a murder for hire type situation? He hired someone to do it? That's a yes. Wow. Whew. Did he also tell the the ones responsible for Kim Porter's murder to also take her computers? That's a yes. Wow. Did he have her computers taken because her unpublished book about Puffy was saved on the computers? Her tell all book? That's a yes. Is Puffy a sexual predator? Hmm. That's a yes. Does he have ties and attachments with this great big sex trafficking ring? Mm, that's a yes. Is Puffy an undercover? Is Puffy an undercover brother? That's a yes. Mhm. Wow. Did Puffy force Christopher Williams to go down on him for a record deal? That's a yes. Did Puffy repetitively do this with most of the young artists that he was talking about possibly bringing into the industry? That's a yes. Mm, 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 mm. Did Puffy abuse Cassie? That's a yes. Was he trying to be funny towards her and her husband by releasing the new song Move On? That's a yes. His energy is disgusting. And I'm not even trying to be judgmental, but it just is. It just is. Um, did Puffy make Cassie get with other men sexually in front of him that he invited over to his house when they were together? That's a yes. Just sick and needs healing. Has Kim Porter crossed over into the spirit realm? That's a yes. Is she in a state of peace at this moment in time? I mean, it makes sense why that's a yes. It makes sense why he was abusive and ugly and nasty towards women, because he really wants to come out of the closet and be with men. And he should do that. Um, I'm not against people who have are a part of the LGBTQ community. I'm not opposed to and against the people who share that lifestyle. Everybody has choice, and everybody has a right to have their own preferences. But one thing I don't like is for you to be a certain way and be undercover with it, because you just can't bring yourself to be authentic. So not only do you lie to yourself, but you lie to others too. And this is why he was very ugly and nasty towards, and still is, towards women that he gets with, because he secretly wants to be out in the open with other men. And it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm glad that she's at peace. I'm sure she's watching over her children. Did Shakir cross over into the spirit realm? That's a yes. Is he at peace also at this time? That's a yes. I knew that man didn't kill himself. He was only like 34. Yeah, he was only like 34. And becoming like a real big wig in the music industry. Head of Def Jam. Like, head of Def Jam Records. Like, he was just moving up. Like, he was in his prime in his career. And so, why would he just all of a sudden kill himself? It just didn't make sense. Now we know. Um, does Kim Porter have any messages for family or friends? That's a no. Does Shakir have any messages for any of his family or friends? That's a no. I'm gonna post a couple of videos that I watched concerning um, this particular reading down below in the description section. Um, one is a video called Surviving um, Puff Daddy, I think, put P. Diddy. And yeah, his his energy is not good at all. He's not a good person. Um, and then there's this other video that I saw, um, and the guy's name is King Offline on his channel. He talks, he shows in his video um, the artist known as Freddie B talking about how, because he wouldn't resort to different acts with other men in the industry under Puffy's command and demand, that he was just tossed at the prime of his career. And he was like, for somebody to be up at that height in their career and it just to be taken away from you because you won't play ball the way that they want you to. You won't, you know, um, get with certain people in the industry. They could just snatch something like that away from you. Like, he was upset, and He had every right to be. And he talked about others who did play ball and did, do what they were commanded and demanded to do. And as a result, they're very high up in the industry. There was also a clip in that video from Jaguar Wright talking about, the Queen was talking about Puffy and, things that she knew of him being involved in from her experience of just knowing him and, observing, being around him, talking to people around him. I mean, it's just really crazy. And, that this industry is grimy like this. Because it doesn't really have to be, but it was made that way. Spirit, what will be Puffy's overall outcome? Spirit, please give me a 3-card pull, please. What will be Puffy's overall outcome? Thank you, Spirit. 2 more, please. Any others, Spirit? Okay, thank you. First card that popped out, Judgment. Hermit. The 9 of Swords. So one thing about, excuse me. One thing about karma is what you give off, you'll always receive back, some way, shape, form, or fashion. If your intentions were to harm people, manipulate people, misuse people, run over people, make them cower to you and dominate people, send baneful energy their way, and they're not deserving of it. Wishing and hoping and praying on people's downfall just because they don't, play according to the rules that you want them to play by. One thing about it is whatever you gave off, especially if that person was undeserving of it, or persons, in which in this case, she did not deserve death because he's afraid of his dark secrets coming out. She didn't deserve the abuse that he handed to her throughout their time together. And Shakir, Stewart, didn't deserve what he got. He didn't deserve to have his life snuffed at a young age. AlBSure didn't deserve what he got either. And so in between those 3 incidences and the millions of other incidences that I've heard of. Um, where Puffy is concerned and other people's lives are concerned, Cassie and many, many, many others, he's going to have to pay handsomely. The energy that he used to destroy people, kill people, end people, embarrass and humiliate people, all of that he's got to answer for. And I hate it for him because it's not going to be good. He's not going to enjoy enduring it as much as he may have enjoyed dishing it. And that's for sure. Because karma, karma, karma come back to you hard. And Lauryn Hill said that. He will have to face judgment, and probably will be placed in a position where he's now outside of the peripheral or the vision of the outside world. He will be in hermit mode. He will be to himself, and he will be in a mental state of the Nine of Swords, forced to sit still and deal with everything he's done to everyone else. Forced to deal with that, forced to think on it, forced to reminisce about it, forced to see that this will be his only outcome. The pinnacles are going away. The good life, the rich life is going to go away. I feel really bad for the children. I will say prayers for them because they don't deserve to suffer because of his BS. And the reason why God has not come down on him yet probably is because the children that he has with him under his care. Because, it's said that God protects fools and babies. And them babies don't deserve to get the type of repercussions that he's going to get back to himself in this lifetime. And so, who knows? God may be just waiting for them babies to get grown and get out the house before he really starts, rectifying some things where Puffy is concerned. Everything he gets back will be as a direct result of everything that he gave off. When you live good and you do good, you get good. And I know that personally. When you are evil and you plot against people and you're conniving and you're manipulative and you're deceptive and you're jealous and envious and murderous, you don't get to escape. You don't get to escape this lifetime without sitting on your judgment day and having to have that judgment passed over you and having to answer for all the things that you've done to screw people over. You don't get to pass that by. You don't get to buy your way away from that. You don't get to talk your way out of that. You will have to face that. There's all that he's sown, all the seeds that he has sown in his lifetime, he will surely have to reap. He will have to reap them. And that's all the questions that I have concerning the Kim Porter reading. Guys, definitely comment down below. Let me know what you think. This was a heavy one. I will definitely drop a couple of links in the description box of a couple of the videos that I watched, talking about, talking more on Puffy and these different orientations that he's accused of. Just be true to yourself and be real and be good, be decent. Some people have a hard time doing that, and they got to answer for that, especially if they had ill intent. So I'm gonna leave on that note, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Pray for these babies out here, and pray for the innocents who don't see culprits plotting on them, planning against them. Pray for people that have an innocent heart and a good nature and just get wound up in these different things. It ultimately will be a lesson for them, but it will be an even bigger lesson for the culprits and the ones that inflicted these different experiences on people, these different outcomes on people. So that's all I have to say. I can ramble on and on forever. Um, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and bright blessings.